Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do 5 hairstyles and they're all relatively quick and easy, and it does take maybe 1 or 2 tries to get them perfect, but after that you'll be able to knock them out in no time. And just so you know, I did already curl my hair and I used the Bombay Gold Collection 100% pure titanium curling wand in the 32mm barrel, and it just looks like this. Just your typical curling wand, but I just like curled it super fast, just to give my hair some kind of texture so it wasn't super straight. So I am just going to go ahead and get started into the first hairstyle.
Okay, so I'm first taking a little section like I'm about to braid it, and I am braiding it, but I'm doing a Dutch braid, so I'm taking the strands under each strand, and then I'm pulling a little bit more from the front, and then I'm going to pull some from the back. And then I'm going to just keep going down like this for just a little while until I kind of get all that hair right out of my face. And then I'm just going to just braid it normal all the way down. And then I'm just going to tie it off with a clear elastic. Now I'm taking the bottom portion and I'm just sectioning it off into 2 pieces, and I'm taking a tiny strand from one side and wrapping it over that and into the next strand. And I'm doing this relatively fast. It's just a typical fishtail braid, and I'm not taking the same size strands each time. They're all slightly different, but once again, it's just a small strand from one side and you're just wrapping it over the side that you took it from to the other side, and then you just go back and forth and back and forth. And it doesn't have to be perfect because it is supposed to be a really messy look, so that's why I'm not taking like really tiny strands or really big strands. I'm just kind of going with whatever I feel, because when I get down to the bottom it gets really hard, so I just kind of go with whatever. And then I'm just going to tie that off with a clear elastic, and then I'm pulling it apart just to make it really messy. I don't want the braid to be tight. I want it to be like bigger. So, and then I'm going to pull some hair out in the front and then just keep making it a little bit more messy. And you can make it even more messy than I made it, but that's what it looks like. So for the second look, it is the super cute little bun on the top of my head, and I'm just taking that section and twisting it off into a bun. And I have to use a regular ponytail because I have a lot of hair and a clear elastic will not fit around my bun. And so I do that, and obviously it's kind of like poking up, so I'm actually going to take some bobby pins and I'm just going to pin it down just so it doesn't look so crazy. And once again, it's just a really messy look. The whole idea is to have like easy hairstyles that you can do super fast but that still look relatively cute. So this is one of my favorite ones to do. So for look number 3, I'm just going to start like I did in the first look and take a section and start braiding it, but I'm doing a Dutch braid, so I am pulling it under. The difference with this one is I am only pulling strands from the front. I'm not taking any hair from the back, because if I did, the braid would not be able to wrap around my head quite as easily. So, and then after I do about 3 times where I pull it from the front, I just braid it down normal and then tie it off with an elastic, spread it apart a lot, and then I section my hair off so that I can pin this underneath my hair so that I can pin it back and it'll stay really well, but you can't see where I pinned it. This is probably one of my favorites, I have to say. For look number 4, this is, I would say, the hardest out of all of them, but I'm just sectioning off a little bit of hair from the front of each side of my head, and then I'm sectioning off a piece directly in the middle, and I'm just going to put that on the top of my head, and then I'm going to put the rest of my hair in a ponytail just so it's kind of out of the way. Now I'm going to gather the 3 pieces that I sectioned off all together, and I'm going to start to braid it, and it's literally your typical normal braid. And I make sure when I do section it off before I start braiding it to get pieces from each section so that the braid doesn't look too messy and that it comes together really well. And then I'm just going to keep braiding that all the way down. And I do pull this to the side because obviously my arms are not long enough and I cannot get to the bottom of my hair. And then I tie it off with a clear elastic. And then at this point I am just wrapping it around into a cute little bun. And then just pinning it off with some bobby pins. So it has like kind of cool look to it. I really like this one too, and this one, it's really easy. So hardest of all of them, but definitely the easiest, definitely still easy, I would say. For the 5th look, I am just putting my hair in a normal messy bun, and I'm just going to take an elastic and pull it partial way through and then wrap that elastic around again, and I'm not going to leave it like that. But now I'm going to, that hair that's kind of around, I'm going to wrap it around the ponytail so that you can't see my ponytail anymore. And then I'm going to start pinning down in the places where I feel like it needs to be. I like it to look pretty messy, so I try to pin it down to where it doesn't look like perfect, but that it still looks relatively messy. And I'm just kind of like putting the flyaways back just so you can't see them anymore. And that is it.
Okay everyone, so I hope you enjoyed my 5 quick and easy hairstyles, and if you did, if you wouldn't mind giving it a thumbs up, and go ahead and click that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!